Hello. Being a responsible citizen and a content creator on YouTube, I think it is my duty to express my views on the insanity and incivility regarding the content, or rather, comic content that some of the YouTubers are selling or spreading these days. Uh, I hope that you would have understood that I am hinting towards the controversy that happened at the platform of the comic serial or comic program called India Got Latent, and the main protagonist of that very so-called event was the famous YouTuber Ranveer Allahbadia, also known as Beer Biceps, and along with him, the organizer of the show, Samay Raina, and another girl. I am forgetting her name. Even I don't want to remember her name either. May God bless her and all her panelists. And I really want to question their parents as to what kind of value system that they have brought their children with, that they end up making such sort of filthy contents. So let's move ahead. In fact, I am a person who keeps a conservative idea or conservative value system pretty close to my heart. For me, and for many of our fellow Indians, the relationship between children and parent is really very crucial. It's of course social, it is culturally very important, but it is even much more than that. It is divine in its nature. So anyone who tries to disturb that very chord, that means to say that that person is trying to dismantle the social fabric of this country, because family is the very core of our Indian society. So when I first heard, in fact, I raised that very news on, I guess, CNN News 18, a website where I saw that Mohandas Pai called Ranveer Allahbadia's comments, questions pervert. So I got curious, in fact. Why? Because I watch Ranveer Allahbadia's talk shows or podcasts pretty regularly, because who would not watch his talk show, as he manages to get all the important and powerful and successful people coming from either from politics to cinema or from sports world to the world of art and music. So all sort of interesting popular people that you can find at his podcast, and that's the reason he has abused his power in that manner. That that shows kind of person that he is. On one side he talks about spirituality, and from inside what kind of person he is. Now it is very much open in front of everyone. So when I went on to, in fact, I never watch such sort of content. That's not me. But I simply tried to see the clippings which was running on Twitter, which is X now. And when I just saw that very clipping, I was in utter shock and anger. Shock is that how can someone descend to that level in the name of comedy and anger, and I felt very sorry for that very person to whom that very question was posed from Mr. Allahbadia. So I felt really sorry. I mean, that person should have slapped him at that very moment. But anyways, I don't know who that person is. He should have come out in open to express his disagreement, to express his to register his protest against the humiliation which that person went through. And I feel very angry for all those people who were sitting there, none of them expressed any sort of disagreement, any sort of protest. Everybody continued to clap, whistle, and laugh. I find it really ludicrous, and I've been told that people go there by buying tickets. Can you imagine? People go there after buying tickets. So now moving forward, let's analyze this very sad event, or so to say, from different perspectives. There are some youngsters, those mindless, headless chicken sort of people, those who are kind of trying to cover up for him, saying that, well, it is liberty of expression, freedom of expression. So, well, I find it ridiculous to say that freedom of expression applies only when you do not step over someone else's individual rights. But here, this person has already violated the individual, human right of that very person whom he sort of abused in a comical manner, whom he invited. I'm sorry to say this word, invited to get into such sort of incest relationship. So in that manner, his freedom of expression, that he cannot hide himself behind a veil of freedom of expression. Point number one. Point number two, even if you try to hide yourself within that very gap, it actually, it doesn't give you that degree of right, and some people are even arguing, saying that if it can apply to Salman Rushdie's satanic verses case, or M.F. Hussein's idiotic paintings in the name of freedom of expression, then why can't he have? Well, I have a simple argument to that, because Salman Rushdie's satanic verses and M.F. Hussein's paintings, they do not travel to each and every household here in this country. They do not go to each and every youngster's mind in this country. They stay in a lonely corner within our society. Some sort of left loonies, they might go and visit them. But here, this person's content is being watched, is being enjoyed to a greater extent. So what he says, it can be emulated by others. By saying that, well, it has been said by him. So in that way, it can be argued that if you actually interpret his second question, which he asked to that very contestant, in that he is trying to, or the program is trying to promote sort of blasphemous kind of behavior, incest behavior, so which is totally unacceptable in the present format of society. I mean, you go somewhere else if you want to do, because in our culture, we respect our parents next to gods. I in fact believe that a deeper conspiracy of mainstreaming such sort of monstrous behavior is going on in the name of wokeism and freedom of expression. In fact, such content creators are hired, in fact, to normalize these kinds of, abnormal behavior in society. Today they bring incest. Tomorrow, who knows, they'll bring pedophilia. And where will we go from here? What kind of society that we are trying to create with the help of these sort of influencers? Well, viewers, I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but of course, everybody is talking that he has issued an apology. But when did it happen? In fact, it didn't happen soon after he committed that very grave error. In fact, it happened only when criticism started pouring in, and thousands of people started unfollowing him, and then he sensed, in fact, that is really important to understand, that he sensed that his ship of business kind of was sinking, and then he came out and issued a public apology via a video message, which is very short, and the wordings are so childish, as if he would have stolen some sort of chocolates from his high school friend's pocket. For example, he says that, "I'm here to say sorry. Comedy is not my forte." What does it mean? So I believe, viewers, that he still is not recognizing the gravity of the situation, and he's trying to still wishy-washy sort of vilifying the entire thing, which is even sad. Now, moving forward, I would like to ask Gen Z people that, do you really want to have such sort of influences in your life? Do you really behave in this manner? That is how you treat your parents? And why don't you understand that such sort of influences, they want you to have a life where you don't trust your parents, you live outside somewhere, a very individualistic work life, okay, a lonely life. So in that loneliness, or in that environment of loneliness, so these people, these influencers, can become cult in your life. So you should depend on them for every sort of decision that you make in life. So, but now let's, in the end, move to the solution part. And here I would like to really congratulate our leaders, especially the Chief Minister from Assam and also from Maharashtra. They came out pretty strongly and expressing their disagreement. And in fact, I've seen that even FIR has been lost against this person. So far, whatever I have, I got to know, which is a good thing, but much more than that should happen now. It should be, this very case should be considered a kind of watershed moment. And the government of the day and our policymakers should wake up to this reality and should try to regulate the content on OTT, and not in the name of entertainment or comedy. Any filth should be spread just like that by so-called influencers in our society, which actually imposes or pollutes the minds of people of every age, I would say. They're not just youngsters, but those who watch their content. And secondly, I would like to urge those guests, powerful guests, and important successful people, politicians, and media personalities, and artists, musicians, whoever, go there to grace his show. Well, think again, sir, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, because you go there, that is what emboldens such sort of creators. So please do a kind of evaluation, that what sort of people that the person is who's going to interview you. So that's important. And thirdly, and equally very importantly, I would like to, through this very message, would like to urge, request YouTube channel as well, that you have a huge responsibility, and that responsibility is to shape up the minds, because what people see, that that influences young people's mind. So please do not let such YouTube content creators, those who for the sake of likes and subscriptions, they run all sorts of nasty, filthy, abusive things. So please regulate from your side as well, which is very important. So that's it. Thank you very much.